Yesterday an old friend came to visit my father. They met when my father was on a business trip. They sat and drank and talked, and the walls in our house are thin, so you could hear them very well. This friend told my father about an incident that happened in his village. Their village is small, not more than 100 houses and with one store. So everyone knows each other, they say hello. The first incident they had was when the watchman went missing. He was a lonely man, had no land of his own, lived in a house not far from the only road that led to the village. Everyone knew that the house was not his and that he had no income. He ate what he could gather in the woods. He was helped by his neighbors and by the people from the store, of course. Anyway, he disappeared. No one bothered. Nobody called the city police, who were 200 miles away. You couldn't say we hadn't had a bum watchman for 2 days and come looking for him, could you? Everybody somehow got used to the idea that he must have gone into the woods for mushrooms and never came back. He was lost, drowned in the swamp, or went in search of his destiny. We looked for him ourselves in the woods, but could not find him. We checked his house, carefully packed his things in boxes, and left them inside in case he came back. We boarded up the windows, put a lock on the door, and nailed a sign saying we left the keys in the store. No one came. Everyone forgot about the keys and hung them on a nail. A week went by, and the keys became like a talisman. 2 weeks later, local girls went missing. 2 sisters, 10 years old. The whole village was looking for them. They walked through the woods, called the police, but they were never found. The family had the wind in their heads. Not that they were drinkers, they were regular people who could, without thinking twice, send the girls to the store in the evening. What kind of place did they have? A village. Naturally, the police concluded that the girls were lost in the woods, and that was it. They sent a search party, but found nothing. The villagers know the forest much better. They went around it a long time ago themselves. The parents were heartbroken. They began to drink heavily. Things started to calm down, and then another girl went missing. She didn't come home after the party. Getting lost was out of the question here. She was very modern. She had a phone that caught everywhere. The party was in the house, and she was already 14 years old. As a result, 2 disappearances occurred within a week. The police opened a case and started questioning people. No one even remembered the watchman at the time. Then there was another disappearance. The third and final one. Right out of the sandbox, as the old people used to say, a little girl of 8 disappeared. The cops started searching again, and the old men asked, "What about the watchman?" The investigators, of course, jumped on them and started asking questions. They came to the store, took the keys and went to inspect the house. They were all there. All 4 of the girls. The first 2 were raped and murdered. They died of beatings and bleeding. The one who was 14 survived, but had to be admitted to a psychiatric hospital. He fed them dogs and cats. He would catch the animals, skin them in front of the children, and make them eat them raw. There was no way to light the stove, the locals would notice. And he ate them himself, too. They also found mushrooms at his place. There were no experts on them, but the doctors said that the watchman was already unwell, and the mushrooms had done their work. It was scary to see what happened to the 8-year-old girl. He completely disfigured her. He broke her arms and legs and raped her. He poked out her eyes with a dirty fork, cut out her tongue, and fed it to the older girl along with her eyes. When the police came for him, he broke free and left through the woods. The little girl without eyes or tongue was still alive, but there was no time to save her. And she would hardly have been satisfied with such a life. It turned out that the watchman had a secret way into the house, and he didn't need the keys. It was the same passageway he had used to escape. They looked for him all day, but could not find him. The villagers got together and searched the whole forest, but they couldn't find him either. Half the village left, they were afraid. Maybe he would come back for more victims. And my father's friend also came to town. He's renting a room here while he's looking for a new place to live. I personally think it's all true. Otherwise, why would he come to us so suddenly and also rent a room, looking for a new place to live?